And we're live. And my dog is barking because she has feelings if I run in the house and I go get coffee. Enrica, how are you feeling about your TPT store these days?
Oh, I'm feeling, I'm feeling weird because I'm doing better than last year, and everybody complains that sales are down, and so I don't know what to think. I don't know. I really have no idea what to do, what I'm doing right, and so it's kind of I'm freaking out, waiting for my store to go down like the others.
Right. Um, so it's funny because I chat with a bunch of TPT sellers throughout the week, and it's interesting. I wonder I wonder if bigger stores who have been around for a while are dropping in sales more than not. Like, do you know what I mean? Like my store is down
Yeah.
30% from last year. Um, but but I know of TPT sellers who are doing quite well right now compared to last year. So if you had to give yourself a number from 1 to 5 about your TPT journey, how are you feeling right now?
I think two, 2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Yeah.
And why would you say a 2.5 right now?
Because right now I have, but when I started, I really had no idea what I was doing. I swear, I really had no idea. And I think for that, the first 6 months on TPT, I made like a grand total of $10.
Right.
And right now, I have a better idea, and most of the time, I know what I should be doing. But since I don't have this entrepreneur mentality yet, or maybe I will never have, I prefer to do things that I enjoy more than things that I should do. So I create products that I'm not sure will sell, but I like to create. I
Yeah.
like to use them in my classes, even if the topics is not so common or whatever. And this is why I'm 2.5. I think the next step should be to follow the data and do what my data tell me to do. But I'm not
So
ready for it yet. I'm still a kid in my TPT journey.
I find this fascinating. I also like how we have the same interior designer in our.
We live in the same place, actually. I'm in Italy, you're in Canada, but it's the same.
Um, so I'm feeling on my TPT store. I'm feeling a 2. Sales are down. I've been trying a bunch of different things. I still haven't cracked the code yet. Um, but I'm feeling a 5 on my TPT seller store because there's more growth in that. And when people leave reviews, it's like having a conversation with a friend. Like I recognize a lot of the names, or just like similar people going through TPT journeys. So I'm finding that part exciting. But I'm definitely. See, I thought you would have had a higher number because I find sometimes when sales are up, I feel more excited about my store. And when sales are down, it's harder to feel motivated.
Yeah, that's true, but I my sales are up, but I'm not earning so much to be so excited.
Right.
First and second, uh, I think I have no idea why my sales are up. So
Right. So you're a little bit worried that the
it
magic
will
might.
stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so today we're talking about which sells better, small products or big products. And this is the continuation from last week. And there was a fantastic comment. Susan left an awesome comment. Hi, Susan. I'm going to reply to you. It's just life and busyness. But she pointed out that that she has a range of prices so that people who are just looking for that $2 resource can get that $2 resource to teach, and people who are looking for larger curriculums or larger resources can get the bundles. And that reminded me of a story someone told me about Starbucks, which is basically, I heard the unit cost of everything to make at Starbucks is pretty much the same, but because the products are offered at different prices, you can sort of decide what you're going to buy and choose how much you're going to spend at Starbucks. So when I read your comment, Susan, I thought, yeah, that's exactly it. Like, have a whole bunch of stuff and people can choose. And by the way, Susan, you inspired me to have a 99-cent product because you pointed out that, like, in the grand scheme of things, transaction fees, they're not really a big deal. Like if you're under $3.
Yeah, I feel the same too. I have products under $3 and
Yeah.
they sell, and I feel like uh, this 15 cent is not a big deal. And people might need something really quick and really easy to teach at the end of a lesson or whatever. So they should have that. They should be able to find that.
Arrange it.
And yeah.
Okay. So I thought about that. But then I thought about the difference. Well, actually, I thought about, well, okay, the difference between a dollar store and whatever the opposite is of a dollar store. Like if you go to a dollar store, you're looking to buy lower priced items, right? You're not looking to spend $1,000 on something that you buy from the dollar store. Whereas if you go to a boutique or the opposite of a dollar store, you might be willing to spend more money because you're looking for a certain thing. So that's why I was wondering if we could figure out from the earnings per week, like the average earnings per week, whether or not expensive products do better in your store versus lower priced products. And I think this will depend on your niche, on your store, because people might just be used to getting $1 resources from your store, and so then that does really well, and then your sort of snowball there grows. Or maybe people start there and they grow and they start buying more stuff. So Enrica, my question for you is, because we're going to look at some data, do you think your lower priced resources sell better, have a higher earnings per week than your higher priced resources? If you had to guess, what would you think?
I think probably yes. My $1 to $3 resources are the ones that are keeping my store going.
Okay, so we're going to
But
find
I didn't check. It's just my instinct that tells me that.
You know how you said your computer was feeling grumpy? What?
Yeah, we have, I don't know if it's the weather that is winter back for some reason. We had, or whatever, but my internet today is awful.
Okay, so I just went to a freesellertool.com and I'm going to download the advanced version, but the thing that we're going to use today, the easy version, is there as well. And when you fill out that form, you'll get an email that looks like this. And when you confirm your subscription, you will get a one-click copy link. And someone emailed me, and I'm going to ask Enrico if she knows the answer. So someone emailed me, and they said, okay, if I make a copy here, is there any way that Mike, the creator of this file, can they see my stuff? And how would you prove to the audience?
No, it's not possible. It's not possible because if I make a copy is for me only on my Google Drive, and the only way to have you see my stuff is if I click on the button on the upper right and click share, and I use your email or whatever to invite you. There is no other way.
That's how you know that no one else can see this file, because you're the only name that'll show up here. Like, I mean, it has my name now. And then it'll be restricted. So unless you physically type in someone's name to add them to the list, no one can see the data that you put there. But it was a good email question. So I'm going to go to TPT products.csv. I'm going to click in this yellow cell. I'm going to go File, Import. I'm going to click on Upload. Enrica has given me her file, so I'm going to click on Browse. By the way, it looks like the products.csv has been fixed. TPT took it down for a bit, but it looks like it's up and running again. And I'm just going to replace the data so it goes into this yellow cell, import the data. All right, and there are other videos. I'll link to them in the product description or the video description about how to do it. And depending on the speed of your internet, it might take a second for the data to load. I'm going to right click on the number 3. I'm going to delete the heading row. And so now I have a bunch of data. I am going to go full screen. So let's just make this full screen. And I am going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, no, maybe not that much, not yet. So I'm going to look at just Enrica's paid resources here. So let's click on that. So here are her paid resources. And I'm going to sort it over here where it says age in weeks. There's a little plus sign to open up a hidden feature. And I can now see earnings per week. And I'm going to click on this little triangle to sort it by Z to A, highest to lowest. All right. So Enrica, you know these resources. I'm going to go full screen here. So can you tell me approximately the price of these resources? So
the solar eclipse was $3.
A $3 resource. Okay. Order of operation.
Order of operation is $4.75.
$4.75. Okay.
Yeah. Another $3.
Another $3 resource. Okay.
$3.
It's a $3 resource here. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can all see magic. So view full screen. There we go. Okay.
And then the other one is $3.50.
The pixel art, so $3.50. So so far, if I look at your numbers here, like my first thought was, okay, well, solar eclipse is a pretty, I mean,
it sold only the day of the solar eclipse.
Right. It's not an evergreen resource here. But I see a resource here that you've had for 117 weeks. Is this just a print and go resource?
No, it's a digital escape room, a self-tracking escape room.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so I want to keep on going through here. And obviously, if you're watching this, you can do your own analysis. And what I'm curious to see with Enrica's data is, are most of her customers buying the small stuff, or are most of her customers buying the big stuff? And part of it, Enrica, you said that your sales are bigger than last year, but my sales are worse than last year. And I wonder if it's because, and I know from my data, my biggest top seller is my reading bundle, which is a $40 resource. Like, I wonder if it's just the economy has shifted, so people are only buying mostly $3, $2, $1 resources.
Oh, that's what I often read on Facebook when I go to Facebook. But for me, what is happening this month, starting this month, I'm selling not huge bundle, but $9 or $20 or bundles like that. I'm selling more bundles.
You are selling more. See, I think it's, you have a positive snowball effect, because the solar other things that we're selling, and then I think TPT is just giving bonus points to stores that are active or selling, and I wonder if that just elevated your bundle.
It might be.
Yeah,
probably is.
I mean, your guess is as good as ours, right? Like, it's so, everyone has a different piece of the puzzle. Okay, so I am curious, Enrica, can you tell me the first bundle that's more than $5?
That one. And over here, it's a $20.
This is a $20 resource. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your most expensive resource on your store?
It's a bundle, like a $90 bundle, but it almost never sells.
Do you know which resource it is, or would I have to go pretty far to find it?
Oh, yes, it's like equation growing bundle.
Equation.
Like,
you have 90 files.
I have a lot of equations.
Does that growing bundle in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Math Escape Room growing bundle here.
Yeah. This one is $68.
So you have a $68 resource, but if I look over here in the earnings per week, it's only $6 per week. Yeah. But it's been around. Yeah. And then if we go up to the top here, you have a resource that's been around for like 117 weeks, 174 weeks, and it's a $3.50 resource. And that's like 2 years.
It's one of my first pixel art.
Yeah,
and I'm quite happy with it.
that's fascinating. So I won't go through my store because I think it's, Andrea told me once it's like watching your grandmother use the computer. It's like trying to it's not good TV. Um, but yeah, so I I I wonder. I would be curious if you did this analysis. If people watching this video, if you did this analysis, I wonder what your best sellers are. Like, I wonder if the people who had large bundles selling. So I had a large bundle that used to be selling, but this year my sales are down. So I wonder if that's a pattern. I wonder if the sellers who are saying like, "Oh, I'm getting a hit in sales," I wonder if they had large sales of bundles. Have you heard anything
Just
one
a
way?
thought. Can you divide your big product in smallest ones and then bundle it?
Can I yeah, so the big bundle for me, my reading bundle has a bunch of smaller bundles, and I noticed that they do sell. There's a lot that I have to fix in my reading bundle. I have to fix the previews and make it simpler, and there's a lot that I know that I have to do. It's just at this point, what what holds me back is like you think, okay, I'm going to invest all this time. Am I going to see a boost in sales again? And that's sort of the benefit.
You never know if you don't try it.
Yeah, that's true. But then I have to figure out that's time that I take away from creating YouTube content or TPT seller content. So I have to sort
Oh,
of
yeah.
decide
Yeah.
where it is.
It's difficult to
Yeah,
decide where to put your energy.
it's tough being a teacherpreneur. So
Yeah.
let's leave with that. So leave a comment if you do an earnings per week, and let us know if your $3 resources or your under $5 resources are selling well, or if your more expensive bundles are selling well. And then how is your store doing compared to last year? That's what I would be curious about. Any last thoughts,
Yeah.
Enrica, before we hop off the call?
Oh yes, I have my thought is look at the data, do all your analysis, do everything you need to, but sometimes trust your gut.
Yeah.
If your gut tells you that you have to do something, that you should do something, chances are that your brain already analyzed a lot of data. And since it's not able to explain it to you, it will translate it in a gut feeling. So trust it. Do it.
I,
Do
I
what your gut tells you to
yeah.
do.
I agree with you. So, like last Friday when we were chatting off the air, and I was
Mhm.
talking about my TPT seller store and my student TPT store, and you suggested that I should spend 90% of my time on my EduCircle store, and my gut said, like I really think, like I'm feeling like I like reading the reviews and then just chatting with TPT sellers in YouTube in different spots.
Then this is what you have to do.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. And then hopefully that'll generate sales. But who knows? Have a fantastic week, everyone. And we'll see you next.
Bye.
Okay, have a good day. Bye bye.
Ciao.
I never know where to put that.